Hello everyone, watch this review here where they look at the Masters of the Universe Classics Shadow Beast, the evil creature of darkness. Ooh. Now this of course is an oversized figure and, a rather large one at that. Gargantuan even. Gargantuan. I like that word. So rarely do you get to use it in a sentence though. Now, I honestly don't remember this character from the original cartoon or anything. I guess he was kind of a grunt type, so... did buy him more just for the sort of cool aesthetic / visual. Hold on a second and I'll get him out of box. And here we have the seemingly massive Shadow Beast out of box. Although he looked pretty huge in packaging, he only stands at about 9 inches tall, which is, a little disappointing, but for purposes of scale, let's bring in King Grayskull, because he's sort of standard height for a Masters of the Universe Classics figure. And for a looks comparison, let's bring in Gorilla Grodd from the DC Universe Classics line, because, they're both gorillas and they have similar designs. And just for the sake of bringing in stuff, here's the Wave 6 Superman. So, I mean, definitely a pretty sizable looking character, even if he's not as tall as I initially thought. Now, I of course believe that he shares a lot of these same parts with Gygor, the previous Yellow Ape release, which had a really wicked looking face sculpt that I would have loved to have seen on a Gorilla Grodd, possibly as an alternate piece, because this face is just kind of crappy. But, just to make this inevitable comparison, because, I've been thinking at least, the parts do look somewhat different, although the general design is basically the same. I mean, you'll notice even the fur patterning even looks kind of similar. Well, you can say, there are only so many ways to design a gorilla. It just really feels like they kind of phone these efforts in sometimes. I mean, yes, the patterning isn't even close to being well, it's similar, but it's not so much the same, maybe. I don't know, it's really, really damn close, which is kind of bothersome. I mean, the other sort of annoying aspect to all this is just the fact that, like Gorilla Grodd, you have so many hollow pieces here. So if you're wondering how you can get a big figure like this for $30 and, how they can't go bankrupt doing it, it's because the whole thing's basically hollow. It's like those cheap toys used to buy of like King Kong and everybody, where the whole thing was, didn't really have any weight or mass to it. If you squeeze it, you can even hear the air popping out. So that's freaking absurd. Half tempted to just pull out an old King Kong toy and just put them side by side for comparison, because it is pretty lame. It's also true of the legs here, where it's just a sort of softer plastic for both this and especially the back here, and it's all just completely hollow. The arms are a different case. They're actually constructed of a solid plastic, and probably because they have, more articulation stuff to them, whereas the legs have no points, nothing at the body here. I mean, it really would have been nice if they had tossed in a torso joint or whatever. But hey, whatever. Now, of course, the one aspect that does separate it from both Gorilla Grodd and Gygor and everything is the fact that we have new hands and feet here. I mean, the new head sculpt too, obviously, but, more the hands and feet. Very cool looking. It does accommodate his little hammer here. Of course, the way that it's held is kind of at an angle with this hand, but it's a much cleaner fit for this. Where a gorilla would go around getting a spiked tree branch from is anybody's guess, but hey, you might know people. Kind of cool detailing here. You'll notice there's a fair amount of paint on the top. And all throughout, I mean, there's not as much detailing on the figure itself, although you'll notice that you definitely have some different hues of paint all over. All in all, you know, it's just sort of a kind of mildly disappointing effort. But I sort of knew that it wouldn't be all that in a bag of chips from the get-go. I did just really want a kind of cool-looking giant monster thing, just for the purposes of displays. And if you do just want an oversized monster, I mean, come on, look no further. It does sort of work. Although then again, so do a lot of other things that you might be able to pick up quite a bit cheaper than this. Quick run through of articulation though. We have a point of rotation on the wrist, single joint here at the elbow, rotation at bicep, you know, fully articulate shoulder, by which I mean it's, you know, it's just got the full range of motion. Now doubly so just because the plastic, everything is soft here, so you do get quite a bit more bendy motion out of it. Roar! It just is kind of fun. The head also is kind of a softer plastic as well. Only really rotates. It does kind of half up and down, but you know, it's just because the shoulder comes up so far, chin goes down so far. Don't really see it too much. Nothing in torso. Legs only go out like this. I mean, what's that even going to do though? I mean, I guess you can kind of put him in a sitting position. Could be eating from a bowl of porridge or something. I don't know if he's supposed to be a gorilla or a bear. I'm kind of confused by all this. The face looks vaguely bearish. The body's very gorilla-y. But you know, Shadow Beast is an enigma wrapped up in a mystery. By the way, look at the carving on the foot there. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you just got standard gorilla feet with gorilla crod. This, you get some sort of crazy thing, and then a little marker for, I guess the trademark info or something. Which is kind of weird to see in the wild, but whatever. And then, of course, the rotation at the feet here. All in all, I guess it's probably not an exceptional figure or anything, but I think he's kind of neat. I mean, he's definitely sort of cool there. Now, I did pick this figure up off eBay. I didn't end up getting him from Matty Collector because he would have been, I think when he released it was 30 bucks, then whatever shipping and stuff. Buying him off eBay, I got him for 26 or 27 shipped, so I saved money even over the release. I'm just not sure if it's a hard sell, like resellers picked up a bunch of them, just couldn't move the stupid things or what, but I mean, it's definitely a pretty decent deal. Assuming he's not a bootleg or something, so I don't know if the real one does have that sort of squeezy effect. I don't know, if you have this, just let me know if it has a squeezy effect. I've seen some reviews on him, but I can't really remember. That's kind of cheapish, though. But I mean, definitely kind of neat figure, and, you know, something I'm sort of happy to have picked up, even if, you know, it is, you know, sort of cheap in different ways. But yeah, until next time, folks, this has been a look at Shadow Beast. Sorry, I almost forgot your name there, buddy. God, don't attack me. But yeah.